Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Green River. This is their Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, coming in at a 47.5% ABV. Now, I've done the review over their standard bourbon and their wheated bourbon releases, and they're pretty darn good bottles, especially for their price point here in 2024. I'm a big fan of them. Now, when they announced their rye hitting shelves, I was very excited and picked one up almost instantly. And it kind of went by the wayside, unfortunately, for me. I haven't got a chance to really kind of test the waters with it. But what we do know is that they are taking that 95% rye, 5% malted barley that's tried and true for so many companies, aging, distilling it, and bottling it themselves for their release. Now, I've had the 95.5 rye coming from Green River from a few other distilleries that source from them, and it's really darn good stuff. So they hopefully should be keeping the better quote-unquote barrels for themselves for their releases. So let's jump into the bottle itself, see how things go. I do love these bottle shapes. I know a lot of people play the game where you try to flick a quarter and it goes underneath into here for the horseshoe because it sits up just high enough. Kind of fun. But nonetheless, I think these are cool little bottles. So, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you like. If you're interested in the other reviews over Green River that I've done, links to those videos will be up above and down below for you to check out. I can't really find the single barrel anymore. It was in a few locations around Indiana, and now it's gone. And I'm very tempted to pick up the full proof, but I haven't yet. I don't know if I will. I'm deciding that. Beautiful golden color. I mean, it's got a nice golden hue to things. Gorgeous. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Ooh, a lot of citrus. Orange zest. That's interesting. You're getting that kind of herbalness, a little bit of medicinal in there, but a lot of orange. There's a bit of like a peppermint or like a minty quality going on here. Okay, digging that. A little chariness, got some nice like wood sugars and a little bit of the vanilla and caramel mixing together into things. Nice bit of black peppers, almost like freshly cracked black peppercorns. No ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. But that is a really solid rye nose. I was expecting maybe a little bit punchier, 95.5 on the nose itself. But it's very soft, sweet, a lot of sweetness in here. Not only are you getting kind of that grain sweetness, but that orange peel that I was getting, like a zested orange, is really adding to that. It's a very approachable nose. It's not a big explosion of the herbal medicinal that a lot of your 95.5 ryes can have. And that's not a bad thing at all. I think that this might be, at least on the nose, a great rye to step into if you're looking to get into them coming from the bourbon world. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go for a taste. That's a lot. There's a lot going on there. Wow. Black tea. Like an herbal black tea. Definitely a lot of rye grain bread on there. Like the freshly cracked rye seeds. Nice chariness. Decent cling on the palate. Does drink a little warm. Got a little bit of that Kentucky hug going on. The pepperiness is showing up. Tons of that vanilla going on in here as well. Like a vanilla creaminess. Yeah. I think that's an approachable rye. Not a lot of the medicinal on there, which typically that's the part that scares a lot of people off. But really solid. I'm happy with that. I mean, to be honest, it's not super complex, and that's not a bad thing. This is a budget-friendly option that's hitting the shelves. The big thing here is that you're getting a lot of that black tea, that kind of spiciness, a little bit of herbal, dash of medicinal, no dill notes going on in here. The oaky chariness is subtle and soft, but there is still some characteristics in here that I feel like maybe a little bit older version of this is going to come across a lot better. I just think maybe another year or two in that barrel and they probably could have had a really top notch. Even if you end up charging a little bit more for it, I can respect that. But being that they're at the price point they're keeping it at, that's a really solid pour. Decent cling. And the big thing for me is the black tea notes. I'm a sucker for tea notes in whiskey. And this is really bringing that across with that spicy layer. Overall, very approachable rye. That this is an easy sipper. You could use this in a cocktail if you're wanting to. But for me, yeah, that's really good. Alrighty, let's talk about a grade for this bad boy. Well, typical pricing is going to be right around that $30 to $35 price point for what I'm seeing. It gets a B. I think that's really solid. I could be teased to a B+. I think either way, you're getting a really good bottle of rye here. The 95.5 is showing very well. It's not super herbal or super medicinal. You're getting those characteristics, however. The oakiness is there, and that rye grain bread is what really hones in well for me. Love the tea notes. The big thing for me is I think it needs this a little bit older, maybe another year, and you could have a really solid one. But overall, for that price point, I would grab this over a lot of your budget ryes in that category at $30. It's an easy recommendation in my book, especially if you're getting into rye whiskeys. This is a good stepping stone into 95.5 rye without getting up into the big boys of the big herbal medicinal dilly notes. Like it. It's a good one. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Green River Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, I really like it might not.